Hi, my name's Tami Lewis, and I help moms find joy in their journey of parenting and conquer that mental game that is all about motherhood. Motherhood can be difficult at times. It's an up, it's a down, it's a train wreck, it's a joy. Today, we're going to talk about your body's frequency and what happens to it when you get stressed and embrace that train wreck. And we're going to help you overcome that and figure out what can you do to calm that mom brain down so that you can have joy and really enjoy those moments you have with your kids. All right, so we're talking mom brain today. Super, super valuable. Stay tuned, watch the episode, and then if this is helpful to you, please like it. Hit that like button, hit the share button, and definitely hit the subscribe button because I give out new information to help you find joy in your journey as a mom every single week. God bless, and enjoy this episode. Welcome back to day 3. It has been a really good couple of days. I have truly enjoyed what we've covered, the interaction, learning your vision statements, and I'll be real with you, I have not had a time today to go back and look at your flow to the day, what schedule you put up for yourself, but I promise you I will, because that is something that's super important to me, is that I connect and make sure that I see what you're doing, because I want to be part of it. That's what this whole journey is about. All right, so as you come in, I'm going to check my online as well and my phone and just make sure we are working in there and that my ringer is off because that can be distracting. But as you come in, please make sure you comment below with your name. And then if you're watching the replay, put #replay. And then also, if you're not local here with me, or if I don't know you personally, let me know where you're from, because I would love to see where we all are, because I don't really know where everybody is. Lena, hello. It is going to be a great day. Hey, Morgan. Guys, I am so pleased that you guys keep joining in with me. This has been fun to have you here the last couple days. So like I said, I have not had a chance to read your flow to your day yet, but I will. I promise. All right, today we are talking mom brain. So again, please comment below when something touches you. The more you actually comment and say something, the more you will remember. So a lot of times when Leslie Ann, hello, it's good to see you. She is just back to Germany from Florida, sunny Florida, where they did not have all the restrictions we have. Okay, so what I was saying is, when I'm in a course and I'm in a class of any sort, I always make sure I type and I repeat what the person leading it is saying. It sounds silly sometimes, and they say something and you're like, you just type it out. You're like, I'm repeating them. But brain to remember, and you're more likely to implement something. So I always make sure and just retype. Like right now I would be like, retype, and I would just write that in there. So go ahead, put in the comments below, just say retype or type what you say, something that reminds you that the more you interact, the more you will actually remember it, because today is actually going to be really filled with some great stuff. So mom brain. Cassandra, hello. You're just popping in to say hi. Perfect. It's good to see you. Come in if you can. Stay for as long as you want. Mom brain. Our mom brains work a mile a minute. Remember, we talked about multitasking, and then that's not actually possible. But what is possible is for us to get super stressed. Because we think we are multitasking, and we have so much going on that we go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And what happens is our brains fire off a hormone, cortisol, and it fires off very rapidly. That is the fight or flight hormone. And it puts us in a place of, we've got to respond right away. The more you are in that, I've got to respond more right away, the lower your frequency of your body begins to drop. Frequency. What is frequency? Every single living thing on earth has a frequency. We often think of it as an energy. So your body's natural state, a wellness state, runs between 60 to 68 megahertz. You don't have to remember that, but you could. Type it in. 62, did I say 60? I meant 62 to 68 megahertz. Type it in. 62 to 68. That is your normal state. That is a healthy body running a very healthy life, right? Not extremely above average. It's not, like fabulous, but it's a pretty healthy body. It's where we kind of want to be. So as you get stressed, what happens is your body's frequency lowers. So when you're in a state of fear or in a state of overwhelm, if you are in a state of depression, anxiety, all those things lower your body's frequency. And it creates that frazzle, right? We start to not feel well. We start to not get out on our walks. We start to eat poorly. All these things, they compound in our mom brain. And our brain starts to go, I don't feel so well. And do you notice what happens? Like when I say I don't feel well, what happens to your shoulders? I will say that is a note to yourself. It's a red flag. When you start to feel tension in here, or you start to notice your shoulders kind of slag, you know that your body's frequency has lowered. Yep, and you can just call it what it is. My body's frequency is not that high. You might sound weird, but that's okay. I'm all about sounding weird. So fear has a very low frequency. Shame has a very low frequency. Guilt has a very low frequency. Colds, flu, all of those things actually physically affect our frequency in our body. So what do we do about it? That's the question. We want to actually raise our frequency. So type in below, I want to raise my frequency. If you are feeling any sort of stress, depression, anxiety, overwhelm, negativity, irritation, if you want to raise your body's frequency, go ahead and type in below, raise my body's frequency, because that's going to be the goal of today. Okay? It may sound weird, but what happens is when we raise our frequency, we find more joy. We find more confidence. We find more energy. We find that we are more patient. We find that we're less busy, and we are busy being part of our children's lives. Remember, that's what we have talked about this whole week, is let's be busy engaging with our children. Let's be busy playing with our children. Playing, laughter, fun, joy. Those are all very high frequencies. And they've measured these things. It's not like some weird thing. They literally plug people up to some sort of electrode, whatever. And hey, Jennifer, I didn't know you were here. Hello, good to see you. They plugged people up and they've studied the body's frequency at these different emotions. Okay, so what do we do? What do I do when my body's frequency is low? I will tell you today, I did this 4 times because there was some stress going on in my home. There's an energy in my home right now that is just negative. I've told you, like, yes, I run the Joyful Moms Facebook group, but there is not always joy. It's a matter of figuring out how to get to that place of joy, right? So I will always be honest with you. My home right now has some negative frequency going on, and you can feel it. It's not like I walk around measuring it. It's just the energy in the air. So what did I do? We are going to talk today about essential oils. Now, some people just go, what? No way. I'm not going to talk about that. Can I just tell you, most people have a bad connotation of oils because of what has been thrown at them. I promise you, I'm not going to throw stuff at you to try and get you to become an oiler. I'm giving you information. What you do with that information is totally up to you. I'm going to give it to you. It works, but what doesn't work is going to the grocery store, and people have gone to like the grocery store, Trader Joe's, they just buy something online and they get this really poor quality oil that doesn't have the frequency it's supposed to, and so it doesn't work. So today I'm going to give you the information. Now, I am not going to try and heal, cure, treat, diagnose, all that kind of stuff. I'm a mom. That's what I am. I am a joyful mom who uses these things in her home, and I'm going to give you information. So please don't get the bad rap. Sometimes people do that. Now, to be full disclosure, yes, I do represent Young Living because I have studied them and they work. I am not here to tell you they're the only company out there. It's who I use. Okay? So, ready? Let's get going. How do essential oils work on emotions? By the way, who uses them already? I don't care what company. I'm not going to try and tell you can only use YL. Comment below if you use essential oils at all. I'm talking from grocery store brands to doTERRA to Young Living, anything you use. Just put below if you use them at all. And you're going to learn some stuff today about them, no matter what brand you use. Okay. Awesome. I love that, Lena. She says she's been diffusing inner child and joy together the last few days to get her son to laugh and smile. That's awesome. How do they work? Every single thing has a frequency, right? Everything. So when you have an essential oil, this is a living plant. If done correctly, if they are distilled, that's the word I'm looking for. Distilled, perfect. Everybody in here does. That's awesome. You're going to learn something. If they are distilled properly, they will have a very high frequency. Like I said, if you don't use a quality oil, if you go to the grocery store, those are brokered out and they often are diluted and adulterated and they don't have the pure quality completely 100%. And so they don't have the frequency and they won't work. When you put this oil on, this is Citrus Fresh. It has a very high frequency. And so when you put it on, what happens is, in fact, I think I even know the frequency. I do. It's 90 megahertz. So remember, your body runs at 62 to 68, right? That's your norm. When your body is stressed, anxiety, depression, irritation, the frequency of your body lowers, right? The frequency of this oil, 90 megahertz, is standard. That is the frequency of it. So when you put this 90 megahertz oil on, guess what your body does? It goes, oh, I like that. And it tries to harmonize with the Citrus Fresh. Notice the Citrus Fresh does not come down. Your body goes, oh, interesting. Now, if you also notice, my body, this one, did not just go, whoop, oh, I'm better, right? It actually goes, okay, that's interesting. And then you put it on again. And your body goes, oh, I kind of like that. You may have to put it on again. Depending on the length that you have carried this negative frequency, you may have to put on this oil over and over and over and over again until your body finally goes, this is where I want to be. Sometimes I've oiled 10 times in a day. Like I said, today I've oiled 4 times because the energy in the home was bad and I needed to make sure I was in a place of joy. Does that make sense? Excellent, Leslie Ann. Leslie Ann just said, I introduced some to my mother and it was very helpful for all of us recovering from COVID. That's awesome. So many people actually do use it for their physical ailments and I use them all the time for that. Today, we're actually talking about emotions because most people don't realize that that is one of the number one ways you can use them. So for moms, yes, I have a whole class on physical stuff too because I use them for that, but I've actually ended up using them more for my mom emotions. Okay, so that's how the oils work on your body. They actually try to harmonize with this standard frequency and raise your body over time. You sometimes can actually experience it very quickly. Other times, depending on the length, like I said, of your anxiety, depression, it might take a little more often. If you have questions about this right now, always go ahead and post it below. I'll be looking for questions as we go. Let's talk through how to use them. Some people don't even know if everybody in here so far is an oiler, you use them in some way. But if you're watching this and you're not here with me live, you may not be. So there are 3 ways to use them. You can put them on topically. You just put them on your body. You can diffuse them. I actually have a diffuser going right here, diffusing Citrus Fresh while I teach. Or there are oils that are safe to ingest. Now, not all oils are safe to ingest. We're actually not going to even talk about that today. We're going to talk about the diffusing and the application. We're really going to talk about application today for the most part. So that's how you use them. There are ways to dilute them. You can get a little bit of coconut oil, olive oil, any sort of vegetable oil, and put an oil on in your hand with the vegetable oil before you apply it. Okay, so that is, you can always do that if you are concerned about it being what we call hot or a little irritating to the skin. Most of the oils I'm going to show you today, I probably wouldn't dilute, but you can dilute anything without harming the efficacy of the oil. That smells good. I just put lemon on. All right, so we've talked about quality, right? A little bit we've talked about quality. When we talk about, oh, I know what I was looking for just now. There we go. Okay, when we talk about quality, please type below, quality matters. Do not forget that. Quality matters. When you talk about a grocery store brand or a brand that does not focus solely on oils, you often get a brand that we call is brokered out. So you go to like a Trader Joe's and they have essential oils, right? And you're like, oh, Trader Joe's, I love them. They are not an oil company. They're just like, oh, I can make money selling essential oils because, hey, everybody's doing it, right? Please look for something that they have their own farms, that they are quality tested over and over again, and that they are open to telling you the sources that they use, that they are pesticide and herbicide free, and also that they use stainless steel instead of aluminum distillation vats. Aluminum can creep into your essential oil and then you're getting that into your body. The stainless steel does not. So those are a few things you're looking for. They own their own farms. They're open to you visiting their farms and telling you how they grow things. What else did I say? They have the steel distillation vats. They do not use herbicides or pesticides. Okay, those are some key things to look for in a company. And then you decide what you're looking for. Okay, now, what could they do for the mom brain? Let's look at this. The first one I talked about was Citrus Fresh. When you are in any sort of anxiety, irritation, anger, really depression, citrus oils are your friend. I'm telling you, there is a reason they put lemon in dishwashing soap. Why? Why do they put lemon in dishwashing soap? It's because it gives you a feeling of joy. And they want you rebuying their dishwashing soap, so they're going to put lemon in because you feel fresh and you feel energized with lemon. So I can smell it on my hands right now. And I feel like, it's like, ooh, I like this. It's like walking into an orange grove. Have you ever walked in an orange grove? I was born and raised in Southern California, so we used to be in orange groves. And it's amazing to walk through that. Any sort of citrus is going to give you a mom energy boost. So I'm telling you, if you do nothing else, buy a quality citrus oil. Excuse me. Sorry. A quality, I just drank my tea in it. Okay. Quality citrus oil, because that will make a difference in your home. If you do nothing else, do that one thing. Okay? A citrus oil is the best thing you can do for emotions. It has actually been studied in clinical trials that after 60 days of consistent diffusing of citrus oils, anxiety and depression were clinically proven to have dissipated. No joke. And I would add to that, getting outside and getting some fresh air. If you do nothing else to bring joy and less frazzle in your home, do that. All right, so the next one would be lemon. Lemon, right? It's still your citrus. It's going to do the same thing. That first one was called Citrus Fresh. Lemon, lime, orange, tangerine. Now, lemon I like as one of my number ones. with the Citrus Fresh. Those are two that I use a ton in my home. Like I said, I've got Citrus Fresh going over there. It brings you that sense of joy. Okay, it's all just super uplifting. This third one, we're just going to go through a very few, but I want to give you some of the key ones that I would use in my home. Lavender, that I do use. Write down lavender is calming. Write it down, lavender, calming. And if you didn't put citrus, reduces anxiety. Take some notes, remember, that helps you remember. Citrus reduces anxiety, lavender calms the home. If you are, one of the highest things I recommend for you during nap time for your children, during room time, if you don't want them to fall asleep, you may not want to use lavender. But if you have a child that is very active and you need to calm them down, diffuse some lavender. I actually use it for my mom brain consistently at night. When I teach a class like this, if I teach anything, or if I have my Tuesday tea, if it goes late to 9 or 9:30, I can't sleep. I can't sleep at all. So I will put lavender all over myself. Oh, and that reminds me of what we're going to talk about next. So lavender is very, very calming to the brain. Make sure you type it below. Lavender is calming. Citrus Fresh and citrus are energizing. And where to put them? Okay. Let me see. Morgan says, I burn thieves and lavender at night and thieves and lemon during the day. That's perfect. Super good for your energy in the home and to reduce stress at night. Where do you put them? So the diffuser is one of the number one places you can use your oils. It gets it into the air, and what happens is it goes directly from your olfactory nerves, right, or your system, right here, your nose, into your limbic system. And so when you diffuse your oils, it goes right through directly into your brain. And that's where your brain goes, oh, and it just, I'm telling you, it will calm you down and calm your children down like that. You want a frazzle-free home? Diffuse some of these oils in your home. Now, diffusing is one of the number one ways people do it because it does get into your brain so quickly. The other way that I use my oils, I'm going to show you one that I use all the time. It's called Stress Away. It is a citrus oil. It's got lime in it, but it also has an oil called Ocotea. It's a blend. This is, I'm telling you, this one just takes me away. It takes me to Jamaica on the beach sipping a pina colada. That's what this one does to me every time. I just go, oh, like, let's just sit back. It's crazy. It's so good. But where was I headed? Where do I put the oils? Now make sure you think about this. This is super important. Right above your eyebrows, not too close. Get it above so it doesn't get the fumes into your eyes. But right here are some really good emotional connection points. Also, your earlobe, right here on your ear. Super good place to put emotional oils. Another place, the back of your neck, right here. Why are those three so good for emotions? Go ahead and type it down. Above your eyebrows, earlobes, back of the neck. Why are those so good? Because they go directly into your limbic system. And immediately your brain goes, oh, we're calming down. We are raising our frequency and lowering the negativity. It will work like a charm. Okay, where else do I put this? On my wrist. So there's 4 points right now. Actually, I'm going to go with one more. 4 points so far. Above the eyebrows, on your earlobes, back of the neck, and on the wrist. Now you go, why the wrist? Because look what I can do. Right? I can just sit there and smell it. I can put it on. I just drop it directly on. Rub it together. And it's like I've got my own little personal diffuser going on. Right? And I'm not washing that part of my hand as often. I wash my hands a lot, but I don't wash my wrists as much. And so it's a great little diffuser area for my body. So those are 4 points you can put them on. The fifth one I would use is my spine. I just reach behind and put it right on my spine. So those are 5 emotional points of where to apply your oils. One of the last ones we're going to talk about is frankincense. Frankincense is fabulous for calming the Frequency of frankincense, I'm going to read this one because I don't know it off the top of my head. I should. 147 megahertz. Remember, our bodies run at 62 to 68. Frankincense runs at 147. Now again, a pure quality frankincense will run at 147. So fabulous, fabulous for calming your mom brain. If you want to calm down the frazzle in your home that I've got to run from this place to the next, put on frankincense and your body will immediately raise its frequency to a place of calm. Remember, calm and joy have a higher frequency in your body than fear and anger and irritation. Is this making sense? Comment below if this is making sense, please. Just put in makes sense or, yeah, put makes sense. That's simple, right? But that's what we want to be doing, is raising our frequency. Where did you find a frequency of an oil? You know what I did? I Googled it, and consistently across the board, the frequency of the oils were very consistent. So I knew I was getting the right information. I don't know if Young Living itself has a chart. I got a chart. It has, yeah, it was an independent distributor who did this chart. But you can actually look it up just online. So peppermint has a frequency of 78. Lavender has a frequency of 118. That's double your body's typical frequency, right? And so that's where you're going to find that these things actually affect your home. Now, I also use my oils in room time and during book basket. Things like rosemary are really good for concentration. Super good for concentration. So it's a great one during book basket time. I like joy. Now, I don't like joy all by itself. I like to combine it with peppermint. It's just a little strong, but I use it on myself all the time. Okay, so this is making sense. Everybody's like, yes, this makes sense. This makes sense. So for mom emotions, remember, if you get anything out of this, a negative emotion brings your frequency down. A positive emotion brings your frequency up. Essential oils are going to raise your frequency. Okay, if you have never used essential oils, or if you just want to learn more, I'm going to put in, let's see if it will copy and paste here. It does. Here, I'm going to put it in the comments there. That is, just hit the link and it's an essential oils class. If you need more information, or if you just want a refresher to read, it sends you an email. So you just click on the link, put your email in, and it will send you actually 4 emails of me. I did a video series, and so it's all free. It's 4 emails that tell you, each video talks a little bit more about oils, but there's also a readable class. I put both in there depending on you, if you want to read more or if you want to see the video. Either way is fine with me. There's also a calendar link in there if you want to set up an appointment with me to talk more about what oils are good for you. It's just a free 20-minute consult, and we'll talk and figure out what works for you. So that's available to you for free. Okay. Do you have any frequency essential oil questions, guys? Put them there if you have them. What oils work for a certain emotion. We can talk through that. If I don't know off the top of my head, I can look it up because I have this fabulous book that walks me through it all. From here, well, first of all, I'm going to do an extra class tomorrow, just a freebie, because I thought about it. I was like, I really want to cover this tomorrow. We're going to talk about nagging and how to get your kids to stop nagging like that. I'm not kidding you. It works like a charm. I use it all the time, and I'm going to share it with everybody who comes tomorrow. So we will be meeting tomorrow. It'll be a really short one because the topic's short, but I didn't want to combine it with today. Also, I am letting you know right now that I have an online course that I have put together for anybody who wants to go further with me. If you want to know how to handle irritation in your home, how to figure out yourself, your inner voice, like that inner voice that tells you you're not enough, that tells you you're failing with your kids, that goes, are you sure you're the right person for this job? If you struggle with an inner voice that's negative and you want to get control of how you respond to others, if you really want to go further with who you are and how to hold some boundaries in your home, how to create boundaries so that you as a mom are in a really abundant emotional state, then I'm going to I didn't copy and paste the link. Oh well, I will copy and paste the link in just a second, but I created a course called Conquering the Mental Mom Game. And I'll tell you, I re-listen to myself and I go, this is what worked for me. This is what keeps me in a good place. And so it's for you if you want to join in with me. It's $197 and I am super excited to announce it to everybody. So for anybody in this course, I am giving you $25 off because I want to, because I really want you guys to enjoy it and learn from it. So I'm giving you $25 off. If you purchase before Saturday, you'll get the $25 off. You will also get my teaching on praying and blessing your children. Guys, that one has changed my world. It's so, so good for you. And I know some in here are not Christians, and that's okay. You don't believe in God. You know what? That's okay. The teaching itself can also be speaking life into your children. So that is included in it. Plus, I have a recording of everything we've talked about in this week. I have it in an app on your phone, and I'm going to include that so you can go back over and listen to it on demand anytime. So that course is now for sale. I would love to have any of you join me with it. And if you buy by tomorrow at midnight, I forgot I put this. I'm going to do a free 1-hour consult with you. So that will be just free on me, and we will figure out a plan of emotional support for your particular family. Okay, so I'm including all of that in the course. I hope that some of you jump in and take advantage of that. I will put the link. In fact, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to get the link right now. Hopefully it doesn't disrupt. Where is it? Hold on. I should have had this ready, but I didn't. Here it is. Okay, I'm getting the link. Hold on. And then Lena, I saw that you have a question, so I'm going to answer that in just a second. Okay, I've got the link. So this is the link to that course. And then if you want to get the $25 off, type in Creative Frazzle Free Home, this CFFH for the coupon code. Okay, and that'll give you the $25 off. Okay, what oils would you use to encourage your kids not to rebel and throw tantrums? That is fabulous. What would I use? Let me think. Okay, number one, I would use frankincense. I would put it just directly on their forehead right here, right there. I think you will notice a huge difference if you use that right away. So yeah, and you've got a little one. Frankincense will be fabulous for them. The other one I use for moms a lot with kids who are throwing a tantrum, I actually pass this out like at a doctor's office or in line at Taco Bell. I've totally been known to pass stress away to a mom at Taco Bell. Yeah, she became a really good friend too. Stress away. That's a really good one for tantrums. But frankincense would be my number one. For migraines, okay, so migraines are super complicated. If it were me, because I can't tell, I am not allowed to just say this will work for migraines, because that would be inappropriate for me. But for Morgan, what I would use if it were me, I have used is clary sage, because that is a hormonal oil. And a lot of times moms deal with hormones, and that's where the migraines are coming from. So my number one choice would be clary sage. And I'll tell you, a lot of people put that one directly under their tongue and just hold it there for a little bit until the migraine kind of settles, and then they swallow, and then they might do it again. Migraines are tricky, and they don't necessarily go away like this. Remember, we talked about at that point, your body's frequency in a migraine is really, really low, and so you may need to oil quite frequently in order to get rid of it. People have been known to use an oil called Imgrain for migraines. They've also been known to use peppermint or Panaway. And then clary sage has been really known effective for the hormones of it. So Okay, if there are any other questions, go ahead and let me know. Thanks for being here with me, guys. I hope this was super beneficial for you. Oh, your homework tonight. Homework is it's homework super easy. If you are an oiler, just get your diffuser out and you'll comment below, got citrus fresh going in my diffuser, or some sort of citrus oil going in your diffuser tomorrow. If you are not an oiler, then your homework is to download that in the comment section, download that class and read through it. Okay, it will be very powerful. It's super important for you. So if you have not ever oiled, please read the class. Don't discount oils because some people have given it a bad rap. They do work. They are fabulous, but you got to get the good ones. Okay. And then guys, again, if you want to join me in the Conquering the Mental Mom game, it's a course. It's super easy. It's 10 minutes a day of listening. I have an app called Kajabi that I use. And the Kajabi is simply where all my courses are located. So when you get the app, it literally, the courses show up and you click on it and the course is right there on the app. So it's super easy for a busy mom, but you listen 10 minutes a day and you will learn some tools that will really be strong in helping you overcome irritation with people, helping you get rid of that negative inner voice, really helping you understand who you are as a mom, and holding some boundaries in your home that keep you in an emotionally good place. All right. I love you. Remember, don't forget to use the coupon code, and I will see you tomorrow again at 5 to help you with nagging children who ask for something over and over and over, even though you've said no. Yeah, it works. All right, guys. God bless. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments, and I will get back to you.